Approach, starting 240 and expect runway 17 left.
Spalding Company across the Amber Bridge, contact ground 121.65 on top.
Right down to 3,000 for time to convert.
67 caution way turbulent, ATF 50 tower, runway 18 right, clear to land, hold short taxiway Bravo, traffic crossing.
Hold short Bravo, clear to land, 18 right, American 470. 0.65 on the bridge, American 462.
American 784, cross 18 left Alpha Bridge, ground.
Cross 18 left.
Delta 179, heavy contact, departure, good day. Road stern, 428, left at the high speed, and contact ground 0.85, please.
Ground 0.85 to high speed, road stern 428.
60 through the tower, runway 18 left, taxi to descent hold.
Position hold 18 left, 677. Oh, and then Dublin Northeast Small, squawking 4624, we'd like to get 183 now, 360 down.
4.670 at this time, runway 18 left, taxi to descent hold.
As you can see from the map, the migratory range of the robin is very, very large. And to fly that far takes quite a bit of energy, so when these robins come through, even for a short time, they are voracious. So they will pretty much eat everything in sight, and in a short time they will continue migrating. Okay, so right now we have quite a few birds in the air and feeding here. These are all migrating robins. Is moist, the worms are plentiful. We're going in, it's a nice close one. Let's see if we can get a shot. There's that one. Let's not get involved with the robins too quickly. I want to show you some other birds here. So here's a spotted woodpecker that landed on the branch, and he keeps looking to the right. And it took me a little while to figure out what he was looking at, and sure enough, it's his buddy. He's just looking for a little munch. Watch and listen as this woodpecker makes a call. There it was. So you'll hear that a few other times in this video if you listen closely in the background noise, and now you'll know what it is. The close relative to the robin, and often seen migrating with them, is the thrush. Here's one stopping by searching for worms. As the old saying goes, the early bird does get the worm. Well, the yard has other birds in it too, like this little finch, and he's going to pick away a few little seeds here in this crevice bush. And he's a cute little guy, isn't he? Well, at least Bianca thinks he's cute, but don't worry, no, she didn't get anywhere close. Stop the camera! And here a little sparrow gets in on the act. Well, here they are. Let's talk robins. They've descended on the bush, and they are in droves, and they are consuming berries at a crazy rate. Well, robins are notoriously skittish, but even the clinging noise from my next door neighbor who enjoys blacksmithing is not going to stop these birds from eating their berries. This is a feast. Look at them go. Well, this little thrush wants its share too. Well, this is a rather interesting shot. If you look closely at that robin that just landed in the center of the screen, this is sort of interesting how this robin just consumes what I count to be a dozen berries. Watch this guy right here. 1. That's 2. There goes number 3. There goes number 4. 5. 6. At this point, you think it's had enough. Nope, there's 7. 8. 9. 10. 11. 12. Amazing. Very little wind today, so all those branches moving are birds landing and feasting. And you can see the feast is continuing in a crazy frenzy. Robin fest. Now the robin at the top of this shot just appears to me to be utterly content. There's a robin just sitting in a bathtub full of chocolate. He's just happy, happy, happy. You know, this robin doesn't seem to be in a big hurry, just taking its time, picking and choosing the berries it likes. Well, robins are definitely skittish, and just my trying to film them was enough to make them fly away. So I left the camera unmanned just for a little bit to see what I could see, and something interesting happened, not expected at all. So let's take a look. And everybody's feasting, everybody seems happy. But there was an intruder. There. It was hard to tell on audio, but the first alarm went out. And now watch, all the birds will run, one by one. There's the culprit. He just landed. And this jay wants just a few berries for itself, and it'll be on its way, and then soon the robin fest feast can continue. But not until then. And take note how still the bush has become. Did you see that? You gotta wonder what that robin was thinking at the time. The jay doesn't care, it's just looking for lunch. So here's a close-up of our little intruder, and just looking for a berry or two, wants to have a munch, and he'll be on his way. The call of an annoyed robin seems to speed up that progress. Now once the coast is clear, the call will go out and the feast will resume. There. The first calls are going out. The feast is on. Well, as you can see, the frenzy has continued, and what we can see is just a few birds on the outside, but if you watch carefully, you'll see a few birds just dive bomb the bush and completely disappear. It's a dive bombing frenzy. Amazing. Well, so what do you do after you've had a big meal? Well, you just hang out and digest it. Well, many people think that seeds are spread by excretion, but as you can see, a robin will just spit them up wherever they happen to land. Yeah, it's time just to hang out, have a scratch, spit up some seeds. It's a good life. Yeah? What are you looking at? Well, here's a little wider angle of some of the birds that have already fed. And as you can see, they're plump and happy and just hanging out. There's quite a few of them on the branch, and there's quite a few that are outside the camera's range. Particularly in this pine tree on the left, there's one kind of you can see, but there's quite a few within that tree that you can't really see. And it's quite fascinating to watch them just perch for a while. And as is so common, here we have a happy little thrush who's also happily fed and spitting up seeds as well. Well, this robin may have arrived late, but there's still plenty of berries for it to enjoy. And Robin Fest 2015 is still happening. Well, that'll about do it for this year's edition of Robin Fest 2015. I'd sure like to thank you all for stopping by my yard and hanging out for a while. Guess I'd like to leave you with one other interesting little shot I took of a bird in the yard. There's no audio with this shot, so I'll throw in some closing music and maybe some other stuff. And we can watch this little bird dance to the end of the video. Take extra good care, everybody. And we'll see you next time. Bye-bye.